You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Macy Eglund. Nassau University Medical Center will be suing its former CEO. The lawsuit accuses Megan Ryan of authorizing more than $1 million in wrongful payouts. The 47-page lawsuit also claims she destroyed documents and reimbursed herself for a made-up trip. The financially troubled hospital reported a $1.4 billion deficit last year. Ryan did not respond to requests for comment. A man has been charged with trying to deposit a nearly $2 million check that wasn't his. Nassau police say Mark Lindor stopped a legitimate check in the mail and then wrote it in his name. The check was worth $1.7 million. The 44-year-old allegedly made multiple withdrawals from a bank in Valley Stream totaling $470,000. The state attorney general is suing the operator of a popular payments platform. Letitia James alleges that Zelle failed to protect its users from fraud. The lawsuit states scammers stole more than $1 billion from Zelle users between 2017 and 2023. A Zelle spokesman tells Newsday the lawsuit is a, quote, political stunt. The United States Postal Service may increase prices for sending out some packages during the holiday season. The agency says the hike is to offset increased costs during the peak season, including having to hire some new employees. The proposed price hikes range from 30 cents to $16. A decision will be made on whether or not to approve it within 30 days. 5 Long Island hospitals have earned top federal ratings. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services have given 5-star ratings to these hospitals you see here: Catholic Health's St. Francis Hospital and Heart Center, Northwell's Glen Cove Hospital, Huntington Hospital, Mather Hospital, and NYU Langone Hospital, Long Island. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather now for your Thursday. Highs in the low 80s, but we do have some clouds. Very little wind to contend with. That should be nice. However, in the evening, some spots could see some rain. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast for you in just a few minutes. A federal court in Manhattan ruled a plan to prioritize giving cannabis licenses to certain operators is illegal. Newsday's Albany Bureau Chief Yancey Roy breaks it down for us.
New York, when it legalized marijuana and it started to open retail shops, it tried to do this restorative justice initiative whereby folks said, because of the unfairness of the long-running war on drugs, let's prioritize people who apply, who might have had a low-level marijuana conviction in their past or didn't meet were below certain income thresholds, and that's how they wanted to dole out the licenses. And what they're violating is what's often been a dormant clause, which in simply put says you can't give preferential treatment to in-state residents when you're talking about federal commerce. Folks don't widely think the state is going to go to the trouble of trying to close down stores that have already opened. It's more to deal with folks who have applied and are in line, and there's hundreds, maybe thousands of applicants still trying to get a license in New York. So it could affect those folks going forward.
A Long Islander killed during World War II was honored with a full burial ceremony today. First Lieutenant William T. Cleary was a bombardier on a plane that was shot down over the Adriatic Sea. His remains, along with 9 other crew members, were never recovered after that day in 1944.
William never had a proper burial here, and as time passed, interest waned. But today, on this date, we commemorate his return.
Lieutenant Cleary was 21 years old when he was killed. He served for 9 months and was stationed in Italy. Well, sources tell Newsday the Mets are calling up one of their top pitching prospects for this weekend. Nolan McLean will make his MLB debut on Saturday. MLB.com says the 24-year-old is the Mets' top pitching prospect. The Mets take on the Mariners at Citi Field.
My name is Raymond Negron, and the best part about being a volunteer is to see a person who gets to talk to me, gets to feel that connection between us, and gets to feel at ease. The fear, a lot of times, is taken away from them. You got that smile that's like, you got $1 million smile on your face. My voluntary job is working at Stony Brook Medicine and speaking with first-time stroke survivors, program that they have at Stony Brook. Pairs individuals that had strokes with individuals who also had strokes. When I had my stroke, I didn't know what was going on. First, there's fear and there's confusion. And you want somebody to be able to say, it's okay, I had a stroke myself. When I first had my stroke, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I was having a stroke. I found out that I couldn't read anymore to try to learn how to reread books that I learned as a child, starting with my ABCs. And it was humbling, to say the least. I want to send out a message to the caregivers of the stroke survivors. It's a family, you know, and we want to help one another. Working at Stony Brook Medicine, to me, is an outlet. It's a way for me to give back. And sometimes you need somebody else to come along and say, you know, you're okay. We'll get through it together. And if you need, I'm here for you. Come here, give me that paw. Look at that paw. That's a hand. That's a hand. You got a boxer's hand. You know that, right?
Very sweet story there. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. Once again, we've got 80s across the board, but now we are seeing some rain chances for tomorrow. Keep that in mind. Increasing clouds this week, leading to possibly some more rain next Wednesday. But again, we've got some low to mid 80s looking pretty good.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years. Only in Newsday, one girl's harrowing story reveals some of Long Island's darkest secrets. Newsday investigates the alleged web of crime around a missing teen.
You're vulnerable because of your age, period.
A complex story of drug abuse and sex trafficking that led to 23 arrests.
It's not the only case like this.
And a system unable to help the most vulnerable.
Any family can be at risk.
Unprotected, an exclusive Newsday investigation. Now available at newsday.com/unprotected.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all of the stories you've seen today, head over to newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Macy Eglin. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.